Hi folks, Mama B here. Today I'm going to teach you how to crochet an American flag. And you're going to start with 3 colors. You know the colors, red, white, and blue. And we're going to start with the red. And you're just going to make a slip knot like that. And then we're going to make a chain. We got 32 here. So 32, and then you'll go back into the last chain that you crocheted, return on the chain. Okay, so now I've gone all the way back. I'm just finishing that last loop. So here I've chained 32, and then I've gone back and single crocheted in each one of those stitches. Alright, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my white or cream yarn. I kind of like the cream, it makes it kind of an antique look. So here I'm going to do another slip stitch, or slip knot, and then I'm just going to go into the last red loop and grab that slip knot and pull it through. I like to keep the knot and the loop on 2 different sides, and then when I tighten that red down, it just holds it real secure. And then I'm going to do a single crochet. Now as I go back through the red, I want to keep this tail from my white tucked in, because I don't want it sticking out, and I don't want to have to hide it later. So we're just going to single crochet all the way back through again, keeping that white right along the top ridge of the single crochets of the red, and then it pulls it in. You see how that works? You just do 1 single crochet in each one of the red single crochets. Like I said, the white is going to follow right along. I'm single crocheting in each one of the last loops, the red loops, the red stitches, loops and stitches. Seeing that white end is almost all the way tucked in now, and I'm just going to go all the way around along to the end. Okay, so now you notice I haven't cut this. Yeah, I haven't cut the first color. And I'm almost to the end of the row. And then you probably already know how to turn. But for the purpose of showing you how to do this, that's one of those key places. So you chain 1 up. Turn your work over and go back into that next stitch and just keep crocheting in every stitch. Okay, so now I'm back to the very end of the row. I've just got 1 or 2 more stitches to do. Right, now I'm going to drop my white thread, pick up my red thread, and I'm just going to loop that up through and pull the white thread loop tight. So now I'm starting my next row, and I chain 1, flip my work over, go into the first white stitch, and make sure when you turn it, it doesn't pull through very well, so you want to make sure that's the right size loop. Just a single stitch all the way through every single stitch. Okay, so we've got 6 rows. These are 6 of the stripes. It's 12 rows, 6 stripes. 2 rows for each stripe. You can see it's starting to look like a flag. Now we're going to do like we do before, where we changed colors. Drop the white after you pull the red loop through, cinch it up tight, turn your work, single chain, and then single crochet in each stitch. Now with the flag, we're going to add the field of blue, so we're only going to want to go just over halfway back with this red stripe. We're going to create a little box, and you'll be able to see that we are going to crochet and turn just like we did before. Just past half. Okay, so for you that like to know exacts, we're going to count some stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. And I'm thinking 14's just about right, so I guess it's not just about half. Let's go 15. Go 15. Look good? You can be flexible on that. If you're particular, you can figure it out. And then we chain one and we return. Now what this is going to do is give us an edge right there for the blue to fill in. And you just crochet back and just keep going, alternating your rows between the red and the white every 2 rows. And when you get back to this end, where you turn or where you change rows, you'll want to make sure that you bring up your white thread just like we have been doing all the way through it. So here we're almost there. One more stitch. And I'm going to grab that white, pull it up through, and pull the red nice and tight. Rotate my work, change my yarn, my thread. I'm going to finish this white row for you, and then I'm going to finish going the rest of the 13 stripes. Okay, so now I've done this last white stripe, and I'm going to kind of tie it off because I want to be able, I want to be able to tuck in that end, because the less I have to do with the needle, the better, right? So just a little bit there, and then here's my white threads, and I'm going to turn it, keep that end tucked in, and single crochet, chain, and then single crochet in every stitch going back. That way that white end is tucked all the way in. I don't have to worry about it anymore. You can see that nice flag pattern. Now when I finish this, I'm going to be finished with my stripes. I'll just tie it off real tight. So now you see our field of stripes, and now we're going to do the field of blue. Okay, so I've got a few options here. I started out showing you this one, and this one's nice. It ends up making the field like that, solid blue, and then you can do different things. You can stitch beads on for the stars. Okay, or there's this other one that I did where I just did it solid like this one, and then I went in later and stitched little crisscrosses, and it flips it to both sides. I also have this sparkly ball of yarn, and so for today's purposes, we're going to experiment a little bit, and we're going to see if the sparkly metallic strip in this yarn will create some stars for us. And then if you don't like it, you'll know what not to do. So start with a slip knot, And then what you'll want to do is get your flag that you're working on and start here and just crochet all the way back to here. So I'm going to start on the back side of it. I really hope this works, because if this does, this will probably be declared my favorite way to apply stars to your flag. I don't really normally like crocheting with the metallic thread in it, but this could be fantastic. Yeah, I don't normally like crocheting with this metallic thread, but if it adds stars to my field of blue as I go, it couldn't get much easier than that, could it? I'll tell you, normally the reason I don't like to crochet with it is because the metallic doesn't pull in as evenly, I find. So if anyone has any suggestions on how to get that to happen, then maybe I could change my opinion on the metallic thread. And I'm over here at the edge. I just slip stitched into the corner, and you want to catch this just as very little as possible. So I just got one thread there, pulling through and slip stitching, and that's how I'm going to connect it all the way up the edge of the flag. So I'm going to do 2 of those, because now I'm going to connect it to the next row. Turn my work and make sure that stitch is the size you want, because it really doesn't slide very well once you turned your work. And then just single crochet all the way back. And so far I'm going to say this is my favorite way to apply the stars, because I really don't have a more perfect way, and this makes it all sparkly. Okay, so here I've got one more stitch. That's the very last one before I hit that wall of stripes. Then I'm going to do a slip stitch, and I'm just going to catch the very littlest amount. So I've got one thread, and just slip stitch to that, and that way you can see it's connecting it to the wall. And then I'm going to do one more to start my next row, and I'll go just one stitch up. And then I turn my work and single crochet all the way back again. Actually, I'm going to see slip stitch right there. I did that before and it really works well. So in we go, pull out, slip stitch, and then single crochet from there on out, because that way it has a smoother connection, I think. Here we go. And you can see that is creating a very star-spangled looking banner, and I am thrilled with that. Okay, so you can see that I've got this last row, and I'm very nearly finished. I've done that slip stitch, and then I'm just going to do one more slip stitch. And you can see, if I tuck in that little blue end, that's going to be a beautiful American flag with stripy or sparkly stars and stripes. I hope this has helped you, and I hope you've had fun crocheting along with me. Thanks, folks.